I used to be normal.
Craig, he thinks he's cute enough for me. No.
What's going on?
Anita, needy, 𝐂𝐡𝐞𝐜, a normal teenage girl from Devil's Kettle, Minnesota who suffered from insecurity, is now a violent mental patient who just knocked the tooth of one of the nurses at the asylum, and for that she is thrown into solitary confinement, where she starts narrating her story, flashing back 2 months ago.
But after the killings began, I started to feel...
Needy has always been best friends with Jennifer Check, the school's most popular and beautiful girl, who is the high school color guard flag spinner and everyone's dream girl. They are the two most unlikely pairs because they don't have a lot in common.
We're totally lesbian.
Needy has always been manipulated into doing anything Jennifer wants because she is too much in awe of her. Chip, Needy's boyfriend, is not comfortable with their friendship because Jennifer is too dominant.
Seems nice.
Jennifer invites Needy to a local dive bar where a rock concert is presented by a band called Low Shoulder. Despite promising to spend the night hanging out with Chip, Needy decides to go with Jennifer.
Guess who's got the whip until 11:30?
At the bar, Jennifer gets hit on and approached by men, but she turns them down and shifts her attention to the lead singer of the band, 𝐂𝐿𝐴, whom she has been stalking for a while.
Hi.
Hi.
Although Needy told Jennifer about 𝐂𝐿𝐴 wanting to take advantage of her, she is still convinced that he is attracted to her. While the band was performing, a fire started near the musical instruments and engulfed the whole bar, causing chaos. Some people started running all over each other while others were caught on fire. Needy was very scared, but Jennifer completely froze. It was as if some spell had been cast on her. Needy quickly grabs her friend and rescues her from the fire. Even though they made it out of the fire, Jennifer was still in shock. That is when they met 𝐂𝐿𝐴, who offered to take them to his van, and Jennifer agreed. Despite Needy's protest, 𝐂𝐿𝐴 takes her to his van after giving her something to drink. Needy couldn't believe what she saw. Jennifer, a girl who successfully avoided jerks earlier, is now following a bunch of guys blindly, and 𝐂𝐿𝐴 drives off after showing Needy a smug smile. After Needy gets home, she calls Chip and tells him about Jennifer and the fire at the bar. Jennifer is worried about her friend, but Chip is not worried. While she is on the phone, her doorbell rings and she goes out to check it. There was nobody there, and she hung up the phone. However, when she was about to get back upstairs, she heard something from downstairs. She checked it out, and the only thing there was a drop from the hand wash, which she closed. But, suddenly, as soon as she turns around, she meets Jennifer, who is now covered in blood and horrifying to look at. She stares at Needy with her evil smile and starts to devour the chicken in the fridge. She immediately vomits a black fluid with some strange behavior. Needy approaches Jennifer, who bursts out in laughter out of nowhere and tries to help her. She tried to call for help, but Jennifer pushed her to the wall and was about to eat her. But Jennifer restrained herself and left the place.
Jennifer!
The next day at school, Needy was in shock thinking about the events of the night before. While she travels down memory lane to her childhood, Jennifer appears out of nowhere looking like her previous self.
There's just two guys with a ghetto blaster.
Needy asks her if she was alright, mentioning their previous night's scary interaction, but Jennifer tries to brush it off, saying she is just overreacting. She acts very cold when Needy tells her about the people who died and rudely implies that Needy's ugly when her friend calls her out. Jennifer was trying to act like nothing happened, but for Needy, who spent the night crying and scrubbing the floor, it was a horror show.
I'd been up all night scrubbing the carnage.
Although being rude to Needy was her typical behavior, Jennifer started to show some dark behavior when she began to joke and laugh when their teacher was making a speech about a school teacher who died in the fire.
Dark day for a Devil's Kettle.
Needy talks to Chip about Jennifer, but he doesn't believe her. He thinks that her mind was messed up after the incident at the bar. After talking some more, Chip walks Needy home.
You know it, babe.
Meanwhile, Jennifer approaches the school's football captain, 𝐂𝐡𝐞𝐜, who is very emotional after losing his best friend in the fire, and seduces him. She lures him into the woods and begins to kiss him. She undresses and starts taking his clothes off. Then, she immediately turns into a cannibalistic creature with many sharp teeth, rips him apart limb by limb, and eats some parts of him.
No.
At her home, Needy hears about the Low Shoulder Band, who have become an overnight sensation after spreading a rumor about saving many people from the fire. 𝐂𝐤𝐞𝐜 even gave an interview pretending to sympathize with the people of Devil's Lake.
Maintaining, man. It's not easy.
Meanwhile, in the forest, one of the school teachers discovered the body of Jonas. While the day passes in mourning and anger for the parents, Jennifer is seen coming out of the water after having a great swim, looking younger and more beautiful than ever. That night, Jennifer calls Needy and tells her she is having the best day of her life. While expressing her insensitive comments about the fire casualties, their call gets interrupted by Chip, who asks Needy to come to the park quickly.
I need to see you right now.
After Needy hung up the phone, Jennifer was seen lighting her tongue on fire, and it instantly healed. At the park, Chip tells her about what happened to Jonas. Chip was Jonas's neighbor.
Someone ripped Jonas limb from limb in the woods behind school.
He describes the murder in detail, which ends up shocking Needy. Needy thinks the two incidents are somehow related, but Chip expresses his desire to move past what happened, describing it as bad luck. Needy doesn't want to add to Chip's worries and spends the rest of the night consoling him.
Oh, I'm cold. It's very cold out here.
You want my hoodie?
In the coming days, the town became the center of attention, with the press splashing the news in their front pages. These events took a toll on everyone except Jennifer, who is seen walking with her dashing looks. After a month passed, their school teacher announced the Low Shoulder Band was offering to help, which caused Needy to react, saying they took advantage of the terrible incident, but nobody believed her.
Low Shoulder are American heroes? No, they're not.
Jennifer, on the other hand, appears to be sick and tired. When Needy asks her what happened, her answer indicates that she was feeling very down, which is highly uncharacteristic of her. In their conversation, Jennifer drops some clues about what is bothering her, but she doesn't answer when Needy asks in detail.
It's just wearing off or something. What's wearing off?
Next, Jennifer talks to Colin, an alternative fashion follower and her literature classmate. He tries to ask her out and initially she rejects, but after Needy vouches for him, praising his character, she changes her mind and invites him to watch a movie at her place.
Why don't you just come by my place tonight?
Chip and Needy also make their plans and meet at his place. The night turns out to be great and Chip gets his wish. But Colin's night was his last one on her. After he arrives in an abandoned house, he finds Jennifer, who has filled the place with beautiful candles. She seductively talks to him while turning into the cannibal monster and devours him after brutally murdering him. At the same time, Needy, in the middle of her intimate action with Chip, sees a disturbing vision of a demonic Jennifer, leading her to realize that something has happened. She puts on her dress and comes out of Chip's house, leaving him confused and wondering about what he did wrong.
What's wrong? Is it something I did?
Needy drives home filled with tears in her eyes, and on the way, she is encountered by a bloody Jennifer who jumps on her car showing an evil smile. She flees the scene with quick maneuvers and finds Jennifer sleeping on her bed when switches the light on.
Hey, Needy, enough with the screaming.
This time, Jennifer was not looking sick. Rather, she was energetic and her face was glowing. Jennifer tries to seduce Needy and starts kissing her. At first, Needy reciprocates, but later she comes back to her senses and begins accusing her about the murders. Needy wants to call the cop, but Jennifer reminds her that she owns the cops because of her intimate history with a young cadet.
What do you want from me?
Then, Jennifer confesses what happened to her after she got into the Low Shoulder Band's van. The band members were Satanists who wanted to offer a virgin sacrifice in exchange for fame and money. Jennifer admits to being a virgin and asks them to find someone experienced in an attempt to make her captors lose their interest, but she further strengthens their claim without knowing it.
See, Dirk, I told you, man. You owe me a
They
beer.
forcefully take her into the woods and offer her body to Satan, repeatedly stabbing her. Although the band got what they wished for, Jennifer ended up being possessed by a demonic creature permanently, which caused her to be hungry. Ahmed, a foreign exchange student who was thought to have died in the fire, was her first victim. She was also about to eat Needy, but she couldn't bring herself to hurt her best friend.
I couldn't bring myself to hurt you.
When Jennifer eats her victims, she becomes energetic and indestructible. After demonstrating her powers to Needy, Jennifer mentions Chip in her conversation, causing Needy to ask her to leave. Jennifer attends the funeral of Colin, where she hears his mother speak about the condition her son was found in, which is similar to Jonas's death.
Eaten by a cannibal. Buried.
Curious, Needy goes to the school library occult section and begins reading to find out about Jennifer's condition. She discovers that Jennifer is a succubus, a female demon that feeds on humans for its survival. A succubus can only be killed when she is hungry and weak. While thinking about the ways she could get rid of it, Needy meets with Chip, who has already bought tickets to the school dance.
Just bought our formal tickets.
But Needy tells him that she can't go to the dance with him and asks him not to either. She explains what she read about Jennifer in the library in detail and cautions him about going to the dance because Jennifer will use the opportunity to feed on everyone. Chip doesn't believe her and thinks there is something wrong with her.
I don't believe you. I just don't believe this.
Needy doesn't stop by warning him, but she goes as far as breaking up with him to protect him from Jennifer, who has taken an interest in him as of late. Chip leaves the school heartbroken, thinking Needy isn't interested in him anymore. He thinks she used the occultic explanation to fabricate a way to break up with him. Everyone in school prepares for the dance, including Needy, who will go to the dance mainly to keep her eye on Jennifer, who is in her weakened state. At the dance, everybody including Needy is present and the event is underway, but Chip is seen walking alone in the woods, where he meets Jennifer, who appears out of the blue. She tells him that she is worried about Needy, which he reciprocates. She takes him further into the park and isolates him.
Didn't you hear me calling your name?
Then Jennifer tells him that she has been cheating on him with Colin Gray, and that was her reason for her strange behavior towards him. Chip believes Jennifer and he begins to get intimate with Jennifer after she tells him about having some feelings for him. After easily seducing the vulnerable Chip, she takes him to an abandoned pool to do what she did to others previously. Meanwhile, Needy looks for Jennifer in the crowd gathered to attend the long shoulder band. Needy realizes that Jennifer has taken Chip and goes to find him, but she was too late. Jennifer had already begun to feed on him after throwing him into the pool. While Needy is confronting Jennifer, who is now floating in the air, Chip pierces her abdomen with a pool skimmer and dies after confessing his love for Needy.
And you look totally hot in that dress.
Angry and heartbroken, Needy goes after Jennifer, and they have a fight which results in Needy's shoulder getting bitten. After Needy rips Jennifer's best friend's necklace from her neck, Jennifer somehow stops struggling. Needy angrily stabs Jennifer with a utility knife and kills her. Jennifer's mom walks in on them and discovers Needy on top of her daughter's dead body.
Oh my god.
After killing Jennifer, Needy is brought to an asylum, where she starts narrating about her past. Needy has absorbed some of Jennifer's powers because of the bite. She uses her new powers to break out of the asylum and walks into the forest. She finds the knife Nikolai used to stab Jennifer multiple times and targets the band. She is picked up by a driver who drives a station wagon. When the driver asks her where she is going, she claims to follow a band.
I'm following this rock band.
In the end, Needy takes revenge on the members of the band. Crime scene photos and a video show Jennifer leaving the band's hotel after murdering them. Did this story spook you out? Let us know in the comments below. For more horror movie recaps, subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next one. Fear awaits you.